Good evening and welcome back to Be Rich. Today we want to discuss the curious case of Apple. Normally, irrespective of how companies perform, CEOs keep raising their salaries. And Apple's CEO had 89 or 90 million dollars salary last year. And this year, suddenly, when the news has just come that he has taken a 40% pay cut and his salary is down to 49 million dollars. Of course, we know that the COVID pandemic affected Apple badly, especially the after effects of, especially Xi Jinping's zero COVID policy. And he cut production by huge numbers, especially the iPhone 14 was not a big success. This we have discussed this year. The iPad was sales are down, the iMac sales are down, and generally Apple is going through a very lean phase. Its supply chain efficiency has been badly dented, and so there is a lot of movement of goods into India now. And India is a place where a lot of Apple phones are being made. And recently, one of those subcontractors of Apple has sold out to the Tatas.
Correct.
And so Tatas have become a subcontractor. With all this is what is happening. And Steve Jobs' daughter did a prank. She took out the i13 and the i14 and said there's no difference, don't buy the iPhone 14. So overall things look very bad for the company. It might be a short-term blip. It is a short-term blip. There is no competition nearby. Apple still continues to dominate markets. In fact, in a cost-conscious Indian market, Apple has gained market share. So what do you think happened, and why do you think Tim Cook has taken a salary cut?
Two things. First, all businesses go through a cyclical phase. Like spring, autumn, summer. Maybe the winter cycle for Apple, which is going. That could be one. But the main reason I think is complete lack of innovation. They've been trying very hard since Steve Jobs disappeared to reinvent themselves. They're not able to make anything new. And it's very evident in the latest iteration of the iPhone 14. There's nothing in it, and you can't make. Even if you put a mega camera on it on a small screen, it's not going to make any difference. You can put better refresh rate; it's not going to make any difference. Only the human eye can only see it so much, the refresh rate. After that, it really doesn't matter. So in terms of technological hardware, they can't amp this up anymore. Only thing they can do is give more memory, which also people really don't want nowadays. They don't need too much memory because everything runs on the cloud. So they really don't have any product coming which is in their.
But Apple has moved on to services also. They are running Apple TV and
Yes, but where's the money? You already see what happened to Netflix. You've seen what happened to Disney. You've seen what happens to Hulu. You've seen what happens with any of this. Any of these new channels, all of them have got their own streaming services now. None of them are really doing the numbers they thought they would do.
so
Apple
iTunes is
sunk a
also.
lot of money. They've got their own studios. They've been paying a lot of money to a lot of these stars and cinema directors and producers and writers to come out with their own original content. And all that original content, some of it has worked out, some of it has really not worked out. There's no real breakthrough happening.
iTunes. And the iTunes business is also not.
No, you heard what the Spotify guy, we did a video on that also. The Spotify man, what he spoke about that also. It's completely saturated, all of this. I
So
don't
it has
see.
become like a toothpaste business.
Correct. And as an investor, you'll be wondering, as a CEO, if you're not taking this company in a new direction, you're not able to break new ground for it. All you're doing is still making the same cinema cinder blocks and you're selling, putting sticker and selling. What do you need so much money for? I would also ask as an investor.
No, I basically what has become Apple is a great brand.
Correct.
It has his products have not been replaced by another company with better products.
Because nobody else has come out with something new and
Yeah,
has disrupted the market, like how Steve Jobs did.
Yeah, so what has happened is the iPhone and the iPad have reached their maximum potential. There is no place to take the next big leap.
No.
And Apple has not come up with an electric car or something like that.
Even Sony has launched as recently as 3 days, 4 days back in the CEC.
Sony and Hyundai and Honda.
Together have launched a concept car. It has something, a lot of built-in Sony sensors and cameras. Sony's really partnershiped well with them to make an electric car, and they hope to be selling in the American market by 2025. They seem to be interested in selling in the American market. So at least they're trying to do something. Sony, a company which is historically was great inventing, great innovation, went through a very dull phase.
And you remember Jobs said, I'm very sorry for Sony.
Correct.
But Sony is the company which gave us the Walkman, Discman,
Why
PlayStation. And this is in trouble. Akio Morita's Sony is in trouble.
So they are at least trying to reinvent themselves. They're trying to do something. Apple, I don't see them, unless they could be doing a lot of things in secret, behind closed doors, moonshot bets or whatever they're doing inside. That's all internal. But as far as the PR is concerned, doing something to show, there seems to be nothing coming. They tried that Apple glasses, something they spoke, but nothing came out of it. Even this Apple Watch has reached a saturation point. They can't pack any more thing into this watch. The watch the first watch to now, there's a slight improvement. But between the last iteration to this iteration, there's hardly any difference. There's no motivation for a guy who's having the old generation to move to the new generation.
So what you are training is a new user will buy Apple. There will be a replacement market,
Correct.
but there is no breakthrough market.
No breakthrough. And where is, so you tell me, if you look at all
And
the,
so this is also reflected in the price of their stock, which has fallen from $180 to $120.
correct. And we did last 2 years back, we've been talking about the huge amount of cash they amassed. What are they doing with all that cash?
It's the best part is they are keeping the cash outside US and borrowing money here.
But, yeah, but for what? They need to take, Tim Cook needs to try and do something.
And I think there is an unknown angle, that is unexplored angle. The largest shareholder of Apple is an old man sitting in Omaha who takes $100,000 a year.
He must be scratching his chin and saying, what's this?
Is the third largest or the fourth richest man, in spite of donating more than 50% of his money. And he must be wondering,
And you can imagine how little salary he takes from Berkshire Hathaway itself.
yeah, and he's got some private money though.
Yes.
But,
But he himself says, my salary is only
$100,000. So he must be wondering, I am running this behemoth for $100,000. What am I paying you for? And since he's the largest shareholder,
I think Tim Cook, and it makes Tim Cook look very nice.
hmm,
His PR, whoever's managing his personal PR,
He's
has
look-
spun this into like he's doing a personal sacrifice.
so there must be a gentle prodding from the.
Correct. It's literally like saving his job.
So what has happened is uncle and some people who basically control Apple today. The Jobs family is not a big owner. They are in Disney. They are one of the largest Disney. They are the largest.
Why do you think the daughter went out and said that, like you said? That was a big difference. Since my father is gone, where is this company going? That's what she's prodding on.
So basically, what is going to happen is that he's been read the right act.
Correct. But the unfortunate thing for Apple is there's nobody there in their circle.
Yeah,
who
but
can
there
do
was a
this.
designer, English guy who was a designer.
He
That-
left. Not got thrown out. He left. He got.
After the watch, he left.
He left. He was doing better things than other things he said, and he left.
That is, he had some differences with Cook.
I forget the exact narrative, but something like that. Yeah. His ideas were not taking center stage anymore.
And Cook was not giving him the
maximum he wanted.
flexibility he wanted. And he was the only guy who could have done made it side.
And they did a lot of things 5 years back, building that huge donut-shaped building in Cupertino and saying, it's our new center, we're going to come out of the center, it's going to come out, lots of new things will come out. Since the center has come out, nothing new has come out.
Except the center itself.
And using that center in all their launch week. They'll have their guys sitting in different places in the center and show very nice.
So basically, guys, what has happened is Apple seems to have lost its way, lost some market share, and the big shareholders of Apple have turned the screws on. And Tim Cook has fallen in line. That's a step in the positive direction. No, normally the CEO would like to leave. Anyway, thank you for watching Be Rich. If you like this content, hit the like button of my video and subscribe to my channel and turn on the bell notification. If you do not turn on the bell notification, you will not be notified every time we put out a video. Once again, I thank you for your support for Be Rich and urge you to send this to your friends and family so that they can take a look at it. Thank you. I want to thank all of you for supporting our event in Oman with great enthusiasm. A lot of people turned up in Oman, and a place where I don't have much influence. I wish to thank all of you for your support. The next event is going to be in Qatar, Doha. The event is scheduled for the last week of January. Those who would like to meet me in person in Qatar, Doha, or come to our event in Doha can send their request to the mail ID given below or contact the WhatsApp number flashing on the screen. My team will respond to you. See you in Qatar in the last week of Jan. It's a great privilege and honor that so many of you in thousands have subscribed to my channel and have supported me. I have written 2 books in English, The Alchemy of Money and Ordinary Stocks, Extraordinary Profits. These books are published by us and are ready. If you want to procure a copy, send us a message to the WhatsApp number given below and my team would respond to you. If you want an Amazon Kindle copy, you can click the link below. Finally, those who wish to consult with me can send a mail to berichenglish@gmail.com. Once again, I thank you for your support. If you like this video, press the subscribe button of my channel, hit the like button and turn on the bell notification.